Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I'm going to make a bold statement that is a true statement legally. If your supplements actually worked, they would be classified as drugs, not supplements. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so, and if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would appreciate it so much. Thank you. Interesting thing with this, I'm not saying that individual vitamins and minerals can't have benefits. What I am going to say, though, is supplementing individual vitamins may give you cancer. That's its own topic, isn't it? By the way, that's not my opinion. That's medical doctors and researchers point that out. Yeah, megadosing individual vitamins can literally cause different types of cancers. It's not actually a good idea. It's actually really dumb. But setting that aside, obviously minerals aren't always necessarily supplements. Obviously things like, just salts, right? Potassium, sodium, magnesium, stuff like that. I don't classify those as true supplements. They're just minerals and electrolytes. Not what we're talking about. We're talking about people giving you products with the claim that they're going to build muscle, they're going to burn fat, they're going to cure these various diseases and ailments that people have. And barring a direct nutritional deficiency, they probably aren't. And I think people do need to remember some stuff is kind of classified as a prescription drug. People say, well, what about the extra strength fish oil? Yeah, true. At the amounts I take, sometimes that is literally a prescription level thing. Your doctor will literally write you a prescription for that to go get ones at the pharmacy if need be, or he'll tell you, hey, go get these extra strength ones, this is whatever, and sometimes your insurance will cover it. So when we're talking about something like that for triglycerides, for example, people with certain heart conditions, well, I mean, technically it is a drug, it's prescribed, it's just that you can still legally get it over the counter, but we are at prescription level at that point, right? When you're talking about, well, I want you to do this, and they're going to want you to take either like 2, 3, or 4 grams of EPA and DHA combined together. But people forget that might be taking 20 or 30 regular fish oil capsules. That's not like a normal amount. But that would be an example of something that's still technically over the counter, but we are in the area of not only a drug-like effect, you're in the area of a doctor prescribing it for this purpose, and it's recognized medically. Does that make sense? There's an FDA and medical recognition for extra strength fish oils at a very high dose for lowering triglycerides and certain types of patients, right? So that's a medical use. But barring stuff like that, people are forgetting. Again, I'm not worried about the whole world. I want to be clear. I can't make these videos for every individual country on the face of the earth, but I can tell you the leader in supplements is the U.S. The overwhelming majority of my audience is in the U.S. on all my platforms. So I want to be clear that's what we're talking about. So I'll say this, and then my biggest non-American audience is obviously in the UK, and it's only on YouTube. So they'll chime in, well, it might be different in the UK. Well, it might be. I haven't looked into all the individual laws, but you guys tend to sell the same supplements we do. So not popular in America, it's probably not going to be popular in the UK. Now, back to the US, in the 90s, a law was signed on this. Like, the supplement industry was given a free pass by Congress. They got a whole control act written that allowed them to bypass the FDA. But they had rules in place. Number one, they had to be careful with their claims. Right? They had to put warning, right? These, combined with diet and exercise, right? So they have to put, or these are not medically backed claims when they say different things, that it may support a healthy metabolism, may support healthy heart health, right? You understand the difference? And they have to put those disclaimers. And so accordingly, they're then allowed to sell products with no testing. All right? So you have to remember that. There's no testing. And what happens is that usually when a supplement is found to work, it gets outlawed. Okay? Do you understand that? And people are not understanding that. They're like, well, this supplement's proven to work. And then why is it legal? If it produces a drug-like effect, it will be outlawed, meaning building significant amount of muscle has a drug-like effect. Like creatine is the only thing that really shows anything, and it's very, 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 very tiny there. It's so minuscule, but it is there. But it's one of those where it's been argued, well, technically you could get the same of it. You could just eat red meat and get the same amount. It's a small amount. So, and it's inexpensive, it's safe. So it hasn't been outlawed. But pretty much anything else, if you're showing any change in muscle, it's capable of burning fat. Burning fat, you're going to be competing with pharmaceutical drugs. They're going to ban you immediately. Ephedra learned this the hard way. It's going to be outlawed. Far as an over-the-counter supplement. Building muscle, yeah, it's going to get banned as an anabolic substance or a PED. It's also going to be banned in sports. All right, so be clear on that. If you're like, well, there's some evidence. No, if there's any evidence starting to accumulate that an over-the-counter product builds muscle, all right, WADA bans it. It goes on a WADA ban list. The second they see anything that they think, oh, it may be a PED, a mild one, that supplement gets banned. You're now enhanced when you use it. And then oftentimes laws start following suit. But what happened is that the Supplement Control Act allows them to sell products with no testing, right? And that's what they do. There's no safety testing, no effectiveness testing required to sell a product. If it is found to be dangerous, they have to pull it. Like that's the other thing that they do hold responsible. If they find notes when they go to ban something, if they can find proof that the company selling it knew there was harm, they can go ahead and hammer them for it. Otherwise, they simply ban it and say, hey, you can't sell this anymore, right? They're not allowed to knowingly sell something that causes harm. That's it. So if they don't test it, then they have less chance of detecting it. They know it. They're much more in the clear. All right? But these things, they don't work. They're not allowed to work. Okay? If they work, they would be drugs. And if they do work, and people don't understand, well, why do they ban? Because you can't control the quality of an herb or something. So if it produces a drug-like effect, it actually becomes dangerous because you could overdose on it trying to get to the amount that you need. It can cause a harmful effect. Perfect example is like that certain type of red yeast is illegal in the U.S. It has a statin-like effect because it's too inconsistent. Therefore, it makes it dangerous as a replacement. Okay, so they get outlawed, right? Because they're technically drugs, but they're inconsistent in its purity and quality. Therefore, it's illegal.